Okay, so section 13.3, find probability using combinations. So this is extremely similar to permutations, except this time order does not matter. So you are going to use the same process on your calculator and refer back to that YouTube video if you need some help with how to do that. Um, this is an example of when order doesn't matter. So okay, anything with food, really, the order doesn't matter. So, for example, if you were to go to Chipotle and order a burrito, I know that some people have a special way they like to make their burrito or taco in a certain order, but technically, once you put it all in the tortilla shell and you start eating it, the order that you put it in and layered it really doesn't matter. It's all exactly the same thing. So, that's an example of a combination. Anything with food is pretty much always going to be a combination. So, we need to count the combination of the two letters from the list A, B, C, D. So I'm going to list out all of these letters, and I would like you to do the same thing. So pause your video and list out all the letters. Okay, so I listed out all of the combinations of two letters, and what we're going to do is we're going to cross out anything that's the same. So A, B, and B, A would technically be the same thing. It's just flip-flop, so we're going to cross that out. We have to cross out CA because it's the same as AC. We have to cross out CB because it's the same as BC. And DA and AD are the same. DB is the same as BD. And DC is the same as CD. So it looks like we only have 6 possible outcomes if we're talking about a combination where the order doesn't matter. Okay, so now if we look at a combination of 3 letters from that list, we're going to do this using the calculator. So we are going to use, we have how many letters here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 letters in a combination, and we're going to take 3 of them at a time. And if you type that into your calculator, you should end up getting 10. So 10 different ways you could do that. So here is the combination formula. Again, we're pretty much going to always use our calculator for this. So use your calculator to evaluate those 3 combinations. Pause your video and then check back at your answer. Okay, so if you check your answers, you should end up with those 3 values. Next problem, you order a sandwich. So again, talking about food, you can choose 2 side dishes from a list of 8. How many different combinations are possible? So we have 8 options, and it's a combination, and we can choose 2. So 8C2, and that gives us a possibility of 28 different choices. Okay, a yearbook editor has selected 14 photos, including one of you and your friend, to use in a collage for the yearbook. The photos are placed in at random. What is the there's room for 2 photos. What is the probability that your photo and your friend's photo are the 2 placed at the top of the page? So first we need to figure out the sample space. So we have 14 photos, and it is a combination because the order doesn't matter which one's placed first. And we are only choosing 2 photos. So 14C2 would equal 91. And then, okay, think about it. If you want your picture to be there and your friend's picture, that could only happen one time, right? Like one possible way that's going to happen. So it looks like the probability of this happening would actually be 1 out of 91, which are not very good odds. Okay, the last problem, you have a burrito menu. You can get 2 main ingredients and 3 toppings. How many different burritos are possible? So what we need to do is figure out the main ingredients possibilities. You can get 2 main ingredients. So there are 6 of them total. So 6, and we're taking them 2. We can choose 2. So that's a total of 15 options. And then for the toppings, there are 8 possibilities. The menu says you can choose 3. So 8C3, and that is 56 options, but we're not done. We need to take these times each other. So 15 times 56 would give us a total of 840 different burritos that we could make. So that's something to think about next time you go to Chipotle or Taco Bell or Pancheros or somewhere like that. The amount of combinations you can make are endless, basically.